I'm going to ask you to do something, and then I'm going to let you in on a little secret involving percents. First of all, if you've not seen it yet, you'll want to take a couple minutes and go watch my video, Anatomy of a Fraction. Now, why watch a fraction video when we're talking about percents? Well, the big secret is that percents are fractions in disguise. That's it. That's our big secret. We're going to talk now a little bit about percents, and we'll play with them some, and I'm going to show you how to convert percents to fractions and to decimals too. First off, a percent is a fraction. Really, that's it. When you think percent sign, think hundredth. That is, a fraction with a denominator of 100. And what you'll remember from the fraction video is that this means that we took something and we broke it into 100 pieces, and each piece is 1/100th, or each piece is 1%. If you want to convert a percent into a fraction, you just put it over 100, like this. Here's 3%. Percent means hundredths, so 3% means 3/100ths. And you can write that like this fraction, 3 over 100, 3/100ths. This fraction means that I had a whole of something and I broke it into 100 pieces, and 3 pieces is 3/100ths. That's 3%. When you want to convert a percent into a decimal, all you have to do is move the decimal to the left 2 places. Like this, here's 3%. We move the decimal point over once, then twice, and we drop a percent sign and we wind up with 0.03. So 3% equals 0.03. Now think for a second about your decimal places. This digit is the tenths place, and this digit here is the hundredths place. So how many hundredths do we have? 3/100ths. So the number 0.03 is 3/100ths, which is the exact same thing as 3%. If you want to convert a decimal into a percent, you just move the decimal point to the right 2 places. So here's 0.37, 37/100ths. We move the decimal point over once and then twice, and we wind up with 37, and you can't forget to add the percent sign, so 0.37 or 37/100ths equals 37%. Now how about this? What is 0.155 as a percent? Alright, let's move the decimal point to the right 2 places. 1, 2, when we wind up with 15.5, and we can't forget to add the percent sign, and we wind up with 15.5%. Suppose we have a fraction. How do we convert it into a percent? Well, seeing as it's so easy to convert a decimal into a percent, we could just divide the fraction to get a decimal, and then move the decimal point to the right 2 places, like this. For example, 3/16 is 0.1875. We move the decimal point over once, then twice, and we have 18.75, and we have to add our percent sign, and we have 18.75%. So 3/16 is 18.75%. Alright, so what do these numbers mean? Now remember that percents are just fractions, and a fraction represents a portion of something. So let's figure out, what is 25% of 100? 25% is 25/100ths, and you can write that as 0.25 times 100, and if you calculated that out, you would get 25. So 25 is 25% of 100. All right, let's try this one. What is 11% of 16? 11% is 11/100ths, and 11/100ths you could write as 0.11 times 16, and if you multiplied that out, you'd get 1.76. So 1.76 is 11% of 16. Now how about this problem? 3 is what percent of 9? Now mathematically we can write that like this. 3 is what percent of 9? And basically we'll make a fraction by dividing both sides by 9, both sides of the equal sign by 9. And we'll get 3/9 equals something times 9/9. And 9/9 is actually anything over anything is 1. So our fraction now is 3/9 equals what we're trying to solve. And we know that 3 over 9, if we divided it out, we'd get 0.3333 on forever. We move our decimal point over once, twice, and we get 33.33, and add our percent sign. And so we know that 3 is 33.33% of 9. Alright, so that's some of the fun that we can have with percentages. We talked about their big secret, that they're really just fractions in disguise. We talked about percent, it simply means hundredth. We spent some time converting between percents, fractions, and decimals. And we also solved a couple problems involving percents. I'm Brian Smith. Thanks for watching.